Hello and welcome to this new tutorial. Today, let's learn how to use a custom font inside a Swift package. Nowadays, with Apple making Swift packages a first-class citizen in Xcode, it's really easy to modularize your app into several packages. If done right, this can have a lot of benefits like improved build times, separation of concern, and modularity, to name a few. So with that power, developers tend to create a package or module dedicated to UI elements or the design system of their app. And sometimes it will contain some custom fonts the app needs to use, and we'll learn today how to do that. So I have here a SwiftUI app that is just going to display this text and a separate Swift package called design system that will hold everything related to the UI of this app, like the fonts, the button style, text style, reusable component, and so on. So if I click on it, I'll go directly to the manifesto file, and you can see that here we have a resources folder that should be processed. And if we open this folder, which is right here, right? I'm going to open it. We have a fonts folder, and inside that font folder, we have several fonts, right? I choose here a font from Google, which is this one, a really fancy font. And this is actually what we are going to load in our app. So how to use this font? That is the question. So if we had this font in our main target, like this is the main target, right? If we have these fonts here, all we need to do is to declare them in our info.p list and directly use them, right? But they are in a separate package, right? Like here I have a different package. So we need to do things differently. First, I have here a Tourney font, which is blank for now. So it has the same name of this font, right? It is in order to make things easier for me. So I'm going to first create an enum, right, called Tony, and which cases will be a string, and I'm going to make it conform to the case iterable protocol. You'll see why I conform to this protocol in a bit. Next, let's define all the cases of this enum and their values, right? So for the values, you can see that it is going to match the exact name of this font, right? This is the exact name, right, for all of these fonts. Now I'm going to create an extension of the SwiftUI font that I can use directly in my view, right? So I can this will allow me to do something like this inside my SwiftUI view, right? But doing this is not sufficient. If we go to our app and yes, so if we go to the main target and let me first import the design system module, right? And I also need to embed it here as well in order for that to work. Okay, I need to add it. And if I, for instance, say that the font is a custom, no, it is Tourney, right? And it is going to be bold, let's say bold, and 18, right? Nothing is going to change. So you'll see no difference in this preview. So what we need to do is to register this font this Tournai font in order for that to work, right? So for the registration, it is quite simple. I'm going to first create a Tournai font struct. Then I'm going to add a register fonts method, which is just static. And yeah, so here I'm going to iterate over all the cases of this Tournai enum, right? And this is actually why I made it conform to this case iterable. It was in order to have this all case property that comes with the case iterable. And I'm going to loop over each of them, each case, and call this register font, right? Which is not defined. So let me define it quickly. So here I have yet another static method, but it is private this time, since I want to use it outside this file or module. And what we do is to register a font. To do so, we'll need core graphics and core text. So we first get the font URL from this bundle. And after that, we create a data provider from this font URL. And then we instantiate a font from this data provider. And if one of these cases fails, we are going to crash the app, because I want to do this as early as possible, because it is a sign that we are not loading the font properly in our app. Then we declare this error, and last we call this city font manager register graphic font with this font that we created, and a pointer pointing to this error. Now that we registered this font, let's see how to use it in our app. So I'm going to go to the content view, and yeah, it is not going to change. I first need to call this register font method. I have few options to do so. So I can call it here directly. I'm going to do Tournai. I think it is Tournai font that register font, right, inside the init. And once I do that, we can see here that we have this font that is loaded, right? And I can actually make some tests. Let's say that it is 24 pixels points, and it uses a thin, right? So here we can see that the font is correctly loaded. So far so good. But one thing to note is that you'll need to call this register font whenever you intend to use this font, and doing so in every initializer of the views is not ideal. So I'm going to just do it in the app entry point. So it resets the appearance. So I'm going to do it inside here, the app entry point, and it is going to work exactly as before, right? So I can change here to let's use some extra bold, and it is working. And with this method, we can have other SwiftUI views, and they will directly inherit from this font, and you will be able to use it directly without having this pollute your initializer. So that's it, guys. Let's do a quick recap. I have here separate package, and inside this package I have some fonts that I wanted to load in a different target of my app, in the main target, right? And what I need to do is add these fonts directly in the resources folder, and make that resources folder being processed right here in the manifest file. And once that's done, all I need to do is to first declare an enum with all the cases that match exactly the name of these fonts, and then register these fonts directly by using core graphics and core text as well. And here in the entry point of the app, I just need to call this register font, and voila, we have here the app using directly this custom font coming from a different package in our app. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to hit the like button to help the channel grow. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.